Hey there, and welcome to Lesson 8. Lesson 8 is going to be adding a button to a panel and configuring the appearance of that button and also the action of the button when you click it. So I just clicked on a button to show you an example. Let me click right here. And you can see that when I click the button, it brings me to an external website. I also have another example right here. I have an Apply Now button, and I'm going to click the Apply Now button, and you'll see it brings me to a new page on my website. And in this case, it brings you to a contact form, which I believe we're going to be going over in the next video. One more example of a button is Request More Info. You request more info, and you're brought to a contact form. So there's a bunch of ways to configure how the button looks and the actions that take place. So let's get started. Again, my name is David Dion. I help real estate agents and anybody else develop and promote their business presence online. And I use it using a tool called the Best Site Builder, thebestsitebuilder.com. And inside the Best Site Builder is the Cheetah drag and drop website builder. But if you look at my screen here, you'll notice there's a lot more tools than that in here at a price that is unbelievable. My opinion, this product is revolutionizing all the tools and the interactions and bringing them all into one place at a cost that is just absurd. There are some things to learn. I want to teach you for free, but I am also working on some done-for-you options. I've got a few people I work closely with who are also learning all the tools that together we understand that not all real estate agents and businesses are going to do what I'm showing. But I do believe there's power in knowing how to do it. So click enter on Cheetah drag and drop website builder at www.thebestsitebuilder.com. Let it load up. And here's the sites and that I've built, and you can see I have 7 pages of them. In this case, I'm going to click on test demo. I'm going to click edit, and this is the site that I've been using for our example. I'm going to add a new page, and I'm just going to name it page 3, knowing that we will never add a page more than likely named page 3. It's just a holder for now, and it's going to be a blank page, and I'm going to click save. Now I'm going to click edit the page. And it's good to do it this way because there's a few basic steps that I get to reiterate with you regarding panels, blank pages and stuff. So first thing, this is an entirely blank page. There is nothing on it. So there's nothing really here. You have to understand that. So you must always add a panel. And for example, I'm going to use add a blank panel. And then I'm going to resize it to a little bit more workable area for this example. And I'm going to actually delete that text like I normally do. Okay. And I deleted the panel by mistake. So let's hit add panel. And let's do that one more time. Sorry about that. I got to make sure I'm editing the actual text. I was actually editing the panel. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. If I click on the panel, I can edit it right there as in delete it. But I have to click on the text and then I delete it. So then I just deleted the text box. Now, I have a blank panel. I want you to think of a blank sheet of paper. That's what you have here. Now we have to put something on it. And in this case, I'm going to add elements. And I'm going to actually add a button. And you'll see that there's all these pre-configured buttons. You might have ones that you like, that you use all the time. Or you may just start building a new one. In this case, I'm going to use this one right here. And I'm just going to drag it and bring it over. So now, I want to go back to the websites I was showing you. See, there's a button right there. So there's more stuff on a page than just a button. And we've been going over that. But now we're at the step of actually adding a button, right? There's a button. Let me just hit the back button here. Go back to this site. These are buttons. So in our example right here, that's a button. So I want you to visualize that there's more stuff on the page. Now, let's talk about configuring the appearance of the button. You can resize your button just by grabbing these little resizing bars down here. So you can resize it any way you want. And again, you can click on your button and you can center it on the page or on the panel. Okay, now I'm going to click on it, and I am going to click the edit button right here, edit element. When I do that, all these options open up over here, and I can do the size. I can do it from here if I want, right? Okay, I'm not going to do that. The height, I can do that here too. So you can increase the height. General colors. So as a solid color, you have the background color, and then you have the color when you hover over it, okay? That would be equal to this right here. See, it's dark, but it's light when you hover over it. So, solid color. I'm going to make this one black. I'm not on the edit. I am on the edit. Let's hit that again. Solid color. Okay. I don't know what just happened. I might have been clicked on the wrong thing. So I could make the button black, and when you hover over it, I could make it light blue. One thing to be definitely cautious of is the hover text color. It defaults to a dark color. You probably want to go back to white. Let me just hit save. That's okay. Close. Let's hit preview. And you'll see what happens. See? So it's dark, and then you hover over it, and it's lighter blue. So let's go back to the editor. I'm going to click on the button. I'm going to click on the edit button, and here we are. And that's what we just did right here. So I'm going to close that. A border. Do you want a border on your button? If you do, you have to choose your border size, your border color, and then your border shape. And it's just dotted dash solid or double. I'm going to go solid, and you can see what I just did there. I don't do a lot with button borders, but you definitely could, right? So I click back on the button. I'm going to click edit again. Round borders I do use, right? So watch. I'm going to click this. I just want you to understand this is a number. It's in pixels, but 5 is smaller than 30. So I'm going to actually change them to 30. And you can see what happened to my button. I could change them to 60. And that makes it more round, right? So I'm going to leave that there. Headline is the words that show up on the button. So you can change those. And in this case, I'm going to type, click for more info. Just so you see what we're doing. And from there, I could change the font. I could change the font size. I could change the font size on mobile, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. The color, I could change the text color, although I'm not going to. Text decoration, you could overline it, line through and underline. I would never use that myself. We do have an icon that's used. That's that little arrow right there. And you can align the text, the icon to the left or the right, okay? So, next option is the subheadline. And you can change the font sizes, but the text right here. I sometimes do this. Opens in a new window if I plan on the action for it to open in a new window. You can change all the same things as before. Shadows I do use. So let's actually go up here. Let's change the border and let's bring that back down to nothing. I don't really need a border. Okay. And let's come down here though and look at, click the button, click edit, and let's look on shadow. Shadow is where you can make it pop. Let's see if I did that on any of these. Yes, see there's like a little gray shadow around the outside. See there's a yellow shadow there. And this one has no shadows. So you can make shadows, and shadows make it pop. So the first thing I might do is choose the color of my shadow. Then I just go left, horizontal, which you can see it there. And I'll do it to exaggerate it. There, see, there it is there. And you know what? I'm going to do a different color. I'm going to do yellow so it really pops out so you can see it. So horizontal effect, vertical effect, blur, and then spread radius is where how big it is. So now you bring these back down. You bring down the horizontal and the vertical. I really don't use the spread radius because I only want it to go down to one side, like down and to the right. And there we brought a little more attention to our button through the use of shadows. I'm going to bring the blur radius down. And there you go, right there. So nowhere am I saying that that's a good looking button, but I wanted to show you that. So now I'm going to click on it again. I'm going to continue researching what I can edit. I don't do all these things. Animation I use though sometimes. So I like maybe the button to shake a little bit when you hover over it. So when you move your mouse over it, it shakes a little. So I will click hover. Effect, there's all these effects, and I might use pulse, and it'll give you a little example of what it does down there. And I'm going to leave it on speed slow, and I'm going to hit save just to show you what that is. And there's a lot of options in there for you, right? So now I'm going to hit preview. See what happens to the button? Not only does it change color, which we changed the color earlier on the hover, we also make it shutter a little bit. So now I'm going to go back to the editor. I'm going to click on the button. Click the little edit icon thingy. And there's all these effects. So there's a lot of different things you can do. And that's like, just try it out. See what happens. I'm going to keep it back on the simple one that I use on the pulse. I'm going to close that. I do not use tag configuration yet, but that's a way to tag actions and then cause other actions to happen. I do not use tag configuration. I keep my sites fairly simple. And then let's click on advanced. And I'll talk about this right now, but if you wanted to save this button forever on your sites, you can save it as a master element and you would just save it right there. That way you don't have to go to each site and reconfigure it. And then you just save it as a personal element. We're not going to go over that right now. So now I'm going to show you one more best practice. Let's go to this website right here. See those two buttons? They're exactly the same. See these buttons right here? They're exactly the same. I'm not going to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buttons and hope to make them all the same size. So one thing I do is once I configure my button the way I want it, you just click on the button and then there's a little duplicate button or clone element right there. And I just hit clone element and there's a new version of the button. I click on it again, clone element, there's a new version of the button, clone element, there's a new version of the button. Now, each button, you can actually set the actions. And there are a lot of things to do here. A lot of options, right? So I'm going to click on the actual button, and there's a little link right there. It says Set Link. I'm going to click it. When I hit Set Link, there's a whole bunch of things I can do. I can send them to a different website if I want. So there's a website on the internet right there. I can just put in that URL. And then I choose open in a new tab or open in the same tab. So I'm going to select that option for that first button. This button, I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click the little set link. And in this case, I'm going to click page. And here's our existing website. So we've got all these pages and I'm going to say go to the home page. On this one, I'm going to click set link. And I don't think I have any pop-ups saved. No, I don't. I don't have any anchors saved. I don't have a video saved except I could choose a YouTube video. So let's try that. And I'm going to grab a link. I'm going to click the share link. I'm going to copy it. And we'll try that. So I put that in there. And on this one, I can say download. And I could select the file. And here's a new home buyer referral rebate certificate. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to hit save. And I'm going to hit save. And now I'm going to save this page. And I'm going to hit that's fine. And now I'm going to go preview it. I'm going to see what happens. If I click this, oh, these buttons don't work in preview mode. So now I got to go back to editor. The button clicks do not work in preview mode. Everything works in preview mode except that. So now I have to publish the website. I'm going to go to the website. This is the actual website right here. And I do have to go there a little different way just because of the way I was doing this. I can go here. Hope I didn't lose you there. I just want to open this page. Go to website page is what I wanted to do. Sorry about that. Click on this. That's the one that goes to a unique website. I put in the URL of a website. This one, I think, goes to a page on this website, and we actually sent them to the home page that we were working on. This one opens a video. We'll see. Yes, it opens a video. And this one opens a document, and it probably just downloads it. No, it opens it right there in your window, and you can then download it to your computer. So let's just go back to the builder real quick. We're in the editor. I just want to review what we did. We added buttons. Buttons are elements. So we had clicked add element. We chose our button. Then we configured the colors in the text, and we configured shadows and round borders and all that kind of stuff. And then we configured the actions. What happens when you click on it? And we set that criteria right there by clicking the link. So this video went a little longer. I hope you found it helpful and useful. As usual, if you have any questions, the next video will be on adding a contact form to a panel. And we will also configure the contact form, setting it up for the fields, the appearance, and who gets notified when the form is filled out. Thanks, take care, and have a great day. And don't forget to like this video, comment, and sign up at www.thebestsitebuilder.com. Take care. Have a great day.